So Kim, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and what do you do?
My name is Kim Robinson, and I've been teaching this work I call the Jade Door for several years now, and we're here to talk about that today.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about why using jade?
Yeah. Oh, just jade as opposed to...
Yeah, because there seems to be a lot of Yoni egg practices online and in the spiritual or sexual realm.
Yeah.
So
there's a whole beautiful story about jade, and there's many different reasons. There's many different reasons to use jade. The first reason could be just for safety's sake. Nephrite jade, because there's a lot of things that are called jade out there in the world that are actually different chemical structures, different kinds of stones that are all called jade. But nephrite jade, which is a particular chemical structure, and is mostly only coming now out of Canada and Siberia, but used to be coming out of China a lot, is a particular chemical structure that's proven to emit far infrared rays. So these rays are stimulating circulation and nerve tissue healing and scar tissue healing, tissue regeneration in general. So just nephrite jade is, just for that reason, is incredibly medicinal. It's also, because of its chemical structure, it's incredibly, it's a tight chemical structure. So it's making it non-porous, meaning that if you have good quality nephrite jade eggs, they will not be capable of housing bacteria, which is really important if we're going to be using them internally. A lot of other stones could potentially be housing bacteria. Also, because of the chemical structure that's very tight and very smooth, nephrite jade has a history of being carved into tools by humans for thousands and thousands of years, because it's found on the surface of the earth. So it's also not mined, which makes it really nice. It's an offering from the earth for us as humans. And it's very easy to carve because of its chemical structure. It's soft enough and round enough to carve, but it's then becoming a very strong tool because of its chemical structure. So it's very safe. It's not going to break inside you or create rough edges, and it's easy to use in that way. Nephrite jade also, like I said, we have a history of as humanity to use nephrite jade, and the story for nephrite jade is really beautiful, and I'll try to tell you, and therefore who nephrite jade is as a creature. Is really an important part of the practice, and it's the reason that I only teach with nephrite jade eggs. Nephrite jade is formed at the bottom of the ocean when two plates are coming together. And so right away you have the bottom of the ocean, which is the most feminine principle on the surface of the earth. And you have it being formed with biological material. So the plant life that's maybe at the bottom of the earth, of the ocean, and it's coming under tremendous pressure as these two plates are coming together. So that's, again, another feminine principle of female alchemy, is the internal pressure of feminine forces coming together. And so you have two plates coming together, and they're forming tremendous heat at the bottom of the ocean. So you're in the feminine principle of being in the deepest part of the water, and then you're forming incredible pressure from this, and that's generating heat and turning biological life on Earth into another substance, which is nephrite jade. And then over time, what's happening when plates are coming together is that eventually, over millions or hundreds of millions of years, then you have it becoming to the top of the mountain. And so now you have this nephrite jade that was formed in the bottom of the ocean is now on the top of a mountain. And so now it's experiencing the highest masculine principle on the surface of the earth. So now this stone that we are going to use, each one of us will have our own version of her. She has taken this journey from the deepest feminine and the pressures of that to the highest peak or the closest to the masculine. And then what happens after a mountain has been around for a little while? It starts to rain and the mountain starts to erode. And so nephrite jade is found in riverbeds. So this, usually nephrite jade, especially the ones that I'm offering, these are found as big boulders in old riverbeds. So like I said, they're not mined, they're on the surface of the earth. And so now we have literally this ancestor, this stone, that was formed in the bottom of the ocean in incredible pressure and was brought to the highest peak sometime in the history of the earth and then has eroded back down onto the surface of the earth. And so she's gone through this whole earthly cycle, and her wisdom and her memories, through so much time, are representing this balance of life on earth and this cycle of life on earth. And so as we're using her, we are learning what it is to be on the earth. She has a lot to teach us. And she's also balancing our masculine and feminine principles, but with this base of masculine and feminine here on earth. What does that mean? And so she's also representing a lot of the practices that we're doing, which also are about the cycles of masculine and feminine in our bodies. So it's a really beautiful. She's a lot of women refer to her as a tool, but for me, she's an ancestor and she's a teacher. And so, how do we relate to her like that? Yeah.
Thank you.
Might have been more than you bargained for.